All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Steve Coffey. I'm the basketball development manager at RMIT, as well as the import during the Big V season. As everybody knows, the season's been canceled because of the coronavirus. So we're doing some new things during this time off to try and keep people involved. One thing I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is interviewing some of my friends who play professionally in different countries. Today, I'm with my boy Cullen Donovan. He's had experience in a couple of different places, so we're just going to let him share his story and see what we can learn from him. Cullen,
Yes.
can you give me an introduction about yourself? You know, where you're from, your background, where you've played, things like that.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in Connecticut, in the U.S., and I played high school ball there, and I ended up playing Division III college basketball in the States, up in New Hampshire, a small Division III school. And then while there, I was a captain my junior and senior year. I was competing, making my teammates better when I was a freshman, sophomore year in college. So I wasn't like a 4-year starter or something like that, but I continued to work and make people better. And I knew that I wanted basketball to be a big part of my life. So I just continued to work and was at it. And I was just trying to make everybody better. And then I ended up, after I graduated college, I won some accolades too from the school and stuff like that. And I ended up going down to Pennsylvania and met a coach there from Ireland, and he ended up getting me a chance to go follow some of my dreams and play and coach in the European countries. So I didn't come out a big name out of college or didn't score 1,000 points, nothing like that. But I just knew that my basketball IQ, my ability to make my teammates better and improve my teammates and anybody around me, improve their basketball mindset and just being a good person. So I think that's what kind of separated me from those around me. It was my attitude to kind of approach to where I wanted to be through the game of basketball. So I could have got some coaching jobs, college coaching jobs, but I ended up choosing to go over to Ireland, and I spent 3 years over there. So 3 different 9-10 month seasons over there, and 2016 I was over there with the Galway Titans in the West Second Division in Ireland. I was a player coach, coaching the secondary schools, primary schools, running camps, doing anything I could to kind of I guess stay around the game and help raise basketball in that country, because it's not a big basketball country, as many people know. They have never really heard of Irish basketball unless you go and check it out for yourself. So I loved it because it's a chance to continue to do what I love to do and inspire other people to find that love. So I was there in 2016, 2017. I came back, coached at basketball camps in the summertime, saved up some money, and then I ended up getting over to Thailand and New Zealand, and was in Thailand for 4 months coaching with Top Flight Basketball Academy, and then I did some work with the TBL teams and TBSL teams, so the Super League teams over there, and I was trying out with some of those teams, training with them, and then coaching youth teams during the week. So it's a little bit of everything there. In New Zealand, I was doing similar thing. I was coaching rep teams in New Zealand and running some camps after early morning sessions, individual sessions. So I did really anything I could to kind of make to continue to gain knowledge and make my experience the best I could. And I came home and I ended up getting a scholarship to go over to Ireland, and they paid for our flights with the Sports Changes Life Foundation, and they paid for our flights, all this stuff. So we got hooked up with a scholarship over there for one of the universities, and it was awesome. It was a dope experience, met some more people, and then I got asked the following season to come back and be a assistant coach for a national league team in Sligo. So there's still a second division, but I was coaching the girls clubs and girls teams in the club, and I was training with the men's team, and I played several games as well. So I'm just a little bit of everything, and I'm still right now trying to make basketball happen. So right now I know we're all staying strong and keep battling through no matter what we come and face. So.
All right. Cool thing you said you got a scholarship over there, so I'm guessing that means you were studying as well while you were playing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so certain parts of Europe they offer like they allow people I know from the U.S. and some EU countries they allow student athletes to go over there and study for their masters or even undergrad too. So there's possibilities in Europe to get your masters or finish your degree and then end up playing with the local club team or local school team or academy. So it's really there's plenty of so I mean, I heard about my first year that I lived there, and I applied to get it the second year, didn't get it, and I applied for it third year. So it took me I knew about it, so for two different years, and then my third year out, like third year after graduating college, I ended up. So it was really my second year, but in the season, basketball season was whatever. It's all different. But I mean, I just had resilience to keep going, and they offered me a scholarship for my master's, and we played for the university team there and played for the local club team. So it was cool. I mean, there was another American with me, and I lived with two other so there's four Americans that we lived with, and then we lived with some other international students as well. And there was about like 20 something student athletes from the US that were over there playing in the league as well. So
All right.
yeah.
That's a great opportunity. I mean, a lot of people want to be able to play basketball all over the world. There's leagues in so many different countries, ranging from the higher levels, NBA, EuroLeague, et cetera, down to lower leagues. And now this is something new that most people probably don't know about, is being able to continue your schooling while playing basketball. Getting a master's degree is something that's worth more than just playing a season. That's something that's going to be with you for life. You can use it for your job later on, depending on what you did. So what a cool opportunity for people to understand that basketball can keep your education going. In the U.S., we have high school, you can get a scholarship to go to college, but even to keep going after college into a master's program while playing is something that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you balance, working out, playing and stuff with going to school? I know in the U.S., there's things like study halls and class management around your practice and stuff, but how did you manage, your own work ethic, time with family, time with friends, your hobbies and things like that with trying to make your dream of playing a reality? And then same thing, how did you balance that studying for a master's, which is even, harder?
Yeah, man. I mean, being in a foreign country as well as like it was very different compared to the U.S. as well. Like the way they grade, even the English is different. Like when you're tight, the way some of the research papers we had to kind of change up totally how you were studying for 4 years. So I mean, it's something not so similar studying habits, but I mean, it's some of the academia side of things were different. So I think that along with just still being motivated of what my end goal was to continue to kind of use basketball as a vehicle, but also continue to see like my academics, what I can do to continue to better myself on and off the court. So I think that I just had that in the back of my mind. So I wanted to I set schedules. We practiced 3 days a week. Plus, me and my roommates got in the gym during the day, like 5 days a week. So lifting routines. Plus, we did some extra shooting. And the gyms weren't always open, so we had to see other opportunities. Like, because I mean, in some of the lower level things, like you're not having someone signing out your own schedule. You got to create that schedule, and a lot of people get lost in that. When you're out there in Europe too, you're on your own at sometimes. Like, I mean, so you got to continue to find different vehicles and be able to set your own schedule, be self-motivated, and also be self-aware of what your situation is too. So
Yeah. Thankfully Ireland's a spot where they do speak English, even if the accent isn't differently.
yeah.
People to understand is when you go to a new country, for example, when I played in Morocco or Jordan or Vietnam, places like that, you're in a whole different culture. The language is different. The food is different. It is on your own, and that's where you find out what you're really made of. Um, you don't have that support system of your parents, your siblings, your friends. It's really you and your teammates, depending on the bond you develop with them. So,
We
what
did
was
have help. We did have help, but I mean, but yeah, you have to still be self
yeah,
motivated to make things happen. Yeah.
what were some of the hardest
Yeah.
obstacles you faced, in your career doing all these kind of things?
To see if I still wanted to do it. Because there's roadblocks. Anytime but I knew deep down like this is something I want to continue to pursue. And that's working any other job. There's a lot of people that kind of give up along the way and say, oh, this isn't for me anymore. This isn't for no. But then you have to find like, hey, would you rather be doing this like bounce around some different smaller leagues, coaching, or be home working a 9 to 5 in an office where you're not happy and stuff like that. I just need like, this is something I want to do and continue to challenge myself. So I think that's kind of what I keep in mind when I wake up each day. I got to get 1% better, 1% better. And even if it's small steps, but I just know this is something that I want to put everything I have into it. And then, because it doesn't bounce forever, but
Yeah, I think your college career is a great example of that. A lot of the people all over the world, when they see things on TV, what do they see? They see the NBA and they hear McDonald's All-American and 4-year starter if they were there and all these accolades. But for someone to come from Division III who didn't play their first 2 years, I think it's a great example of someone who had an end goal in mind and pushed through it. You're able to show people that you can achieve your goals even if you weren't, what people look at as a basketball player. You're not a 4-star athlete who went to the University of North Carolina and something. You're a guy who went to a school, Division III, that most people haven't heard of, yet you're still traveling the world doing what you love. How would how can you give some advice to people who have that mindset or that goal in mind, knowing that they probably won't grow up to be the biggest, strongest, fastest player, but they still love basketball and still want to be able to make something out of it?
Yeah, there are so many different opportunities in basketball, no matter what you end up pursuing. I think one thing I say is continue to work, and no one sees the amount of effort you put in, but also that's not for them to judge who you are as a person either. That like what you bring to the table, so you got to run with that, and it takes only one person to kind of give you the opportunity. And once you have the opportunity, you know what you got to do to make that happen. And if it doesn't happen, just keep battling, and basketball is a great sport and it's fun. So once it stopped being fun, then I think it's time for you to take a step back and realize why you choose to do what you do. Like, as if it's to, maybe you should get into coaching more and see the love that some youth players have, or get out in the community and do some other things so you can take your time off of hoops and then get back into it and play again or something like that. So there's plenty of like, maybe stop pushing yourself so hard and do some meditation or yoga or stretching or something other than just getting in and grind. It's not all about that. There's a little bit more that we need to take care of ourselves too. But there are plenty of opportunities out there, whether it's coaching, scouting, or teaching within hoops, or get another job and playing and coaching. So there's plenty of opportunities there. You just got to seek them out and be willing to invest in yourself to go take these opportunities, take chances and stuff like that. And you've helped me with that too. You shared your story with me. So, that kind of gave me an outlet too of, hey, there still is opportunities out there, and we just got to continue to move forward and keep looking for them.
Yeah, I don't think you can replace the love of the game. A lot of us have that. You and I are definitely people who love basketball and what it entails. I think your story is cool because it's not just basketball. It's coaching, it's doing clinics, it's teaching, it's getting your master's. You traveled to Europe, you traveled to Asia, you're in New Zealand, now you're back in the U.S. These are things kids dream of doing, whether it's kids back in the U.S., kids here in Australia. A lot of people have desires to do something, and you're a great example of all the different outlets that are available. And I know there's probably even more that we'll discover over the next couple of weeks talking to different people that
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So in the midst of this, pandemic here in, Melbourne right now, we're locked up, so there's not a whole lot we can do. What are things you've been doing to stay ready, knowing that you have a goal to keep going? How do you keep yourself prepared for the next opportunity? Because that could come at any moment.
Yeah. Just continue to reach out. Like, I know we had conversations a few times. I still reach out to some of my other buddies and just continue to say, hey, we're in this together. Study from some films, spend time with my family, go running on the track. I try and get a workout in each day, whether it be swimming, running, getting in the gym if I can, because we were on a lockdown for several months. But We're slowly but surely trying to make our way through it all. So we're still doing some precautions, all that. So I have the ability to get in some gym, but I can't. I go to the court and do some workouts, just talk to my friends and just kind of keep my mind busy, because I know it's tough on a lot of people. And there's still a lot of uncertainty, but you just got to stay ready. You never know what's going to happen. To be honest, I didn't think I would get this far, and I'm still trying to go. So you got to, and I read a lot of books. I've been reading a lot of books and listening to some motivational talks on YouTube too, as well. Just keep the mind. I think the mind, this is the most important tool we have. So, I mean, these two. So conditioning and keep your mind right.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I mean, right now, I think everybody across the world is getting tested in ways they didn't know with the mind. When life is normal and things are going on, you don't realize how easy we have it. And now when things are taken away, you just realize how important it is. I feel for the people who struggle with mental health right now, because this is not anything you can prepare for. I don't know how you can even get used to it. It's not what anybody wants. So yeah. Final question: what would be the highlight of your career so far when you look back at it? If someone were to ask you, what is the best part of your basketball playing that you look at right now?
wow. That's a good question. I think the highlight, I think, I don't know. It's still surreal too that I get to travel to different places. I think that was the biggest thing, is just being able to see the world. I think my career is just being able to. That's tough, man. And I had, like, playing wise, I still want to have some opportunities playing wise. But I think the amount of people I've met over the career too. It's not even basketball reasons, to be real right now, and I'm being serious, because like. There's a lot of stuff going on. People is taken away from us right now. But I think just to be able to connect with so many people through the game of basketball, travel the world, and meet so many people, and setting up plans to continue to do this. And I think that was the biggest thing that I'm proud of myself, is that I know I still have a lot more to give to this, and I know that I've gave a lot to it already. So I think that's what I'm proud of most, is being like, say, hey, listen, you did all that stuff, but listen, you still got to better yourself and enjoy the presence too. So I think just being able to get my study abroad and get out of my comfort zone, travel the world, get out of my comfort zone. So hey, I think just everything, just how it's all coming hand in hand, and still have the ability to continue moving forward. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that answered, but
It is. I mean, for me, one thing I look back on my career, championships are great, but the friendships and the things I've built through that are going to last much longer. Championship is great, but a trophy rusts away and it gets put in the attic. But the friendships I've built with certain people are going to last forever, and including here, at RMIT, the people I've connected with, I wouldn't trade that for any championship. These are people that who've invested in me, who I've got to invest in, and I definitely understand it. And it's definitely probably the best thing about playing, is just that kind of thing. So I know personally, I look forward to seeing where you're going to be next. Hopefully get you out to Australia one time and check it out here. I think I love, the greatest thing in this conversation is just the inspiration you can be to kids about the different opportunities and so much you can do just being a regular guy with a work ethic and an end goal in mind. At a young age, you're younger than I am, you've got a master's degree, you got experience coaching, experience playing. Those are things that won't be able to be replaced. Going forward, who knows what's next? So definitely looking forward to see where you'll end up next.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you reaching out to me, Steve. I mean, you've been a good help virtually over the past few years. So I mean, it's good, and I look forward to following you, and hopefully you guys can get back on the court and keep battling that out. So,
yeah, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be back out there soon. So
yes, sir.
so this is Cullen. Appreciate his time he had with us today. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Cullen, is there any way that people can reach out to you, Facebook, Instagram, or social media, if they have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, my Instagram is C_Donovan05, and you can reach out on Facebook at Cullen Donovan as well. So you could check on Steve page as well. I mean, reach out, and he's a good guy, and we'll keep moving forward. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Cullen. Appreciate it. Have a great day.